Hello, I am doing some music in the background, so hopefully the music will come out nice as I do my video. Actually, this is one of my favorite groups, Saba. Music to me is very important, and music is something that we all can appreciate. So hopefully the music will blend in nicely with the video. I'm here again to talk about what it's like to be transgender and to live life and to be loyal to your family, to work, and to do the things that we all need to do in our life, and try to integrate being transgender also. I'm not an expert, I'm not experienced to give advice, but I can tell you that I'm trying to find ways to be able to integrate these feelings and hopefully be successful at it. I've been dressing all my life, and I've realized since I was just a little boy that it's something that I've been doing and have no choice in doing. It's something I need to do. It's a way for me to be expressive of who I am. Transgender is not something that we all deal with. It's only small population that fall under that, and it affects a lot of people though. Many different types of people, many professions, but it's not really widely understood. And a lot of people who are transgender suffer internally and psychologically. I feel that I've suffered a lot too, and I'm not trying to make it easy where people will accept you and embrace you, but I'm trying to find ways to get accepted or find acceptance. I think acceptance really starts from you. You have to accept yourself first, and I think one of the hardest things is coming to terms with that. We deny it. I've denied it a lot, and I wanted to not accept many aspects of it, and there were times when as much as I enjoyed dressing, there were times when I wanted to stop it and to get rid of the clothes altogether. Purging was something that I did over the years and come to realize that it wasn't going to help me. It was only going to make me upset later, regret what I did, and then go out and buy more clothes. So it really didn't help me, and I wouldn't suggest anybody do that, but I think many do, and it's part of the process. As a small boy growing up, my world was dressing up. I mean, I did other things. I was a good baseball player as a kid, and I was very good in my schoolwork, and my mom was very patient and very helpful to me growing up and sat with me for many hours teaching me my math and my spelling. So I have many fond memories of being a child too, but I also have those lonely memories, and sometimes those memories are much more in my mind because they are what affected me, and it stayed with me. I have a son now who suffers from being lonely, and he's on the spectrum for autism. So I, in many ways, can draw similarities and parallels. Being autistic and being transgendered, I don't think you can equate the two, but I certainly can find ways that you can find similarities between the two. Certainly lack of friendships and feeling alone a lot can be drawn from the two. For me growing up, I did mask my transgender. I didn't admit to it, and I kind of suppressed it a lot. I didn't even know what transgender was as a kid. All I knew was I was different and that I felt comfortable wearing women's clothes, dressing up, and I was happy when I could dress up. And I would cry a lot when I wasn't able to. I loved to put on a dress and just dance in the living room in front of the mirror, pretending I was a girl, and feeling that I was. And it brought me great joy and happiness. When I dressed, I was at my happiest. And it was very difficult for me to not be dressed. Being dressed meant being happy. So as a young child, I learned to find ways that I could dress. It wasn't often, but it was when I had to, and I would even find opportunities where I could even sleep with the clothes on. And I had to be good at hiding it, and also good at finding the times and the opportunity to do it. So something inside of me brought me to it, and once I was dressed, I was in my element. I felt good about myself, and I felt that I was true to who I was. As years go by, my dressing intensified, my needs to dress, and I felt that it was something that was quite important to me. So we never really outgrow that as being transgendered. I never went to a support group meeting. I never really explored transgender as a child, mainly because I didn't really know about it, and I thought that I would just find a way to integrate this into my life. As I'm growing up and living life and exploring as a child, I'm finding ways to find the opportunity to dress. So through the years I needed that, and it was something that I could not escape. So I certainly can understand now as a adult how the dressing had become a major part of my life. When I was in high school, I dressed up quite a bit, but I did it in secret, and I did it where it was concealed. I would always wear dresses or female outfits underneath my male clothing, so I wouldn't go to school dressed like a female in the obvious, but concealed I did, and nobody knew about it. So that was a way for me to deal with it, where I could be dressed, but I was hiding it, and in a way that's very sad, because I'm not being who I am. So I felt bad about that, but it was my way to deal with it. I also was very good in sports, and athletics was a good way for me to get away from the transgender, I guess, for a little bit. When I went into sports in high school, I was a good runner. I was on the cross-country team, and running was a good escape for me, and it was a good way to deal with the transgender issues, because it took the focus on the dressing part, and I was able to put that into my running. When I ran, it was good because I was able to focus on other things. Running was something I really took great joy and pleasure in, and just like my dressing, but it was different. And I felt a good release from running, and I felt free. And when I dress, I feel free. So I certainly can see the parallels between running and dressing. And I was running a lot. We had a lot of good workouts. My coach was very good, and I really looked up to him and found that he respected me and he pushed me, and I was good at taking on the challenge. Being pushed was very good for me, and being accepted also made me happy. So certainly it was a good thing for me to be part of the cross-country team, and I made friends and I fit in and I was happy. So that was a very positive experience for me, and something I look on fondly and would not trade that. It was something even my parents were excited for me, and I ran good races. I wasn't top-notch runner, but I plugged away at it, and I was serious about it because I wanted to do the best I could. And the workouts were physically challenging, but they also felt stimulating, and I always felt good after a good workout. I wish I could run nowadays, lose some weight. That would be ideal for me. So I have to find ways where I can lose some weight and get into a smaller dress size, obviously. I mean, that would be nice if I could get into a more petite size. But yeah, that's very important, and that's what we're trying to do also with my son, is get him involved in sports, and hopefully if he gets into something he enjoys, that it will help him feel good about himself and make some friends. That's very important, because we all want to be accepted as people, and since my son was also dealing with his own challenges, I think it would be good for him to find something he likes, and to, if he can be able to develop and do well with it, it will make a difference for him, like it did for me. As I get older, I realize that we go through a lot. I was very influenced by my family, my parents, and losing them both over the years was very sad for me. I lost my mom. I was relatively young. I was in my I was 28, about 28. My mom was 50 when she died, and she suffered a lot. And I remember going to the hospital to visit her, and she was sick for a good period of time. And I know that was a very stressful time for me and for my father and my sisters. And we were going back and forth to the hospital to see her. And we didn't really know what the outcome would be, but we knew it was serious. And I knew that I wasn't prepared to face the prospects of losing her, but the reality was I kind of knew that the last time she was admitted to the hospital, in hindsight I knew that we're not going to see her come out of the hospital. That was very difficult for me, and one thing I realized in my being transgender and my need to dress, cross-dressing, was when I went through a stressful time, it would exacerbate my need to dress. I felt that I had to express this more. And I would go out and buy dresses and clothes, and just to escape the pain I felt. So I had two kinds of pain. I had the pain in knowing that my mom was dying, and I had the pain in knowing that I was a female trapped in a male body, just yearning to become a woman. So those two pains were what propelled me into the need to buy clothes and express my feminine side a lot. By me dressing, it was a way to escape the pain and to deal with it, dealing with my mom's illness and dealing with visiting her in the hospital when she was not doing well was a very emotional struggle for me. And when I knew towards the end that we were going to lose her, it really made me sad, and I couldn't help but to escape through my dressing, because that was the only time I felt good. So it was very sad, and it was a deep pain that I felt for many years. And I remember when I would go back and forth to the hospital, I would hold my mom's hand and I would just pray that she would come through, but I knew that it was not likely. And I always wanted to just tell her how much I loved her, and just try to hold on to that image of her when she was strong and a beautiful woman, and keep that in my heart, because that was who my mom was. She was a beautiful woman, and she was very loving and caring mother, and I'll always remember that about her, and how she always was instrumental in helping me as a small boy navigate through all my challenges in school. She was very supportive, and she was very proud of me, and I'll never forget that. I just wish that I was able to express my female side with her and allow her to help me be accepting and dressing, and that would have been nice, but I think my mom was too sick to be able to explain this side of me to her, so it kind of went unsaid. But I think she may have known or had found out over the years, but we never talked about it. I think when we said farewell to Mom, I know it was very emotional for me. I was torn apart, and it was the hardest thing to confront seeing her. I knew she was at peace, but it was very emotionally draining for me to have to say goodbye. I was very broken up about it, and I was not prepared for it. I remember the need for therapy after my mother's death, and therapy was very important because I was dealing with several things. I was dealing with the loss of my mom. I was dealing with my own transgender issues, and I was dealing with my dad's situation, in him feeling alone and depressed. And I was with my dad and living at home, so I got to see how it affected him, and it was not something that I look upon as a positive experience, because my dad was a very good person, and to then see him dragged down and depressed affected me, that I needed to go to therapy. I didn't want to lose my dad after losing my mom, so I knew I had to be strong. And though I struggled with transgender, I could not talk about that with my father. So I had to be strong and deal with it and keep it inside. I knew that I could not transition with my father being alive. I could not express that, and I never dressed up in front of my father. I didn't want to hurt him. I don't think he would have held it against me, but just me as a person, knowing how hard my dad worked, I didn't want to hurt him as a person. I think he would have been accepting of me, and over the years I come to find out that he did know, and he didn't hold it against me, and that he loved me. But it was just my own feelings. I didn't want to disappoint my father. But being transgender, I don't think we disappoint people. I think we're just shocked about it to the point that we don't know how best to deal with it, and we don't know how to express it, and we don't know how to relate it to people. It took me a long time to come to terms with this. It's not easy if you're born male and you feel like you're more female. I've always felt inside that I'm a female, but I couldn't understand it because I had a boy's physical appearance, yet inside I felt more like a girl. So to me, I was very mixed up about it. Dressing for me was very important because it was the only time that I could feel good about myself. I cry a lot about it, so if I get emotional, it's only because I know what it feels like, and it's a very painful thing. It's not so easy to deal with it. People don't know, and they make fun of people like me, and I don't think it's nice to be made fun of. I think if they understood that they would not make fun of people like me. I think it's not. I think we all have our own inner feelings, and we want to be accepted as people. So I don't know why some are so judgmental. I'm not a judgmental person. I would never make anyone feel bad about themselves if they felt different. I think we should all be accepting and just let people be who they are. I mean, we all live our lives, and we should not be so judgmental or critical, and we should allow people to feel free and be who they are. If I didn't feel so closed up, I would really welcome the chance to blossom and to be who I am, and to open up and not feel so afraid. But the reality for me was I was very afraid, and I didn't think I could ever open up and tell people. So this really is my way to kind of open up and to express who I am, and I don't know, it's not an easy thing, and I don't want to run the risk of losing things that are important to me. My family and my work is very important to me. I just want to gain understanding, and I would actually like to be a spokesperson if I could, kind of try to join forces with others and to write. I certainly would like to write a book about my own experiences on being transgender and dealing with it, and I would certainly welcome the chance to transition into to critique and to write about it and to maybe document it in video format. I think that would be a good thing for me to do, and something that I feel is important, because I know there are a lot of people like me, and we need a voice to speak with. And I'm very shy as a person, but I also feel I have the personality through my own inner struggles to open up and to express it out of need, out of necessity, out of a way to help somebody else. Just like I'm trying to help my son. I started writing because I felt the need, and my son always tells me, why do you write about me and autism? And I'm only doing it because I care about my son and I want to help him. I'm not trying to label him. I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm not trying to do anything that would make him feel less of a person. I'm just trying to write to open up and express pain that I feel, and to try to express it in a good way. And I've always write in a positive way to help my son. And I started writing more about my own situation and transgender, to just get it out there that this is a condition that a lot of people deal with, and it's not accepted a lot, and people suffer by it. And I think that that's not a good message that we want to send. We want to kind of make it where this is something that's legitimate, and people do face this, and they're good people and they have a lot to offer, and they should not be condemned or have prejudice. They should be able to deal with their situation, come to terms with it, and do what's necessary so they can get the help they need, and to find acceptance. And if there's anything that I could do as a person and that could help others, is to bring this out in a way that would benefit other people. Certainly I'm doing it to express my own feelings and to open up about it, and to tell people that, look, this happens to anybody. I'm affected by it. I live it every day. And I'm a good person. I would never do anything to hurt anybody. I love people, and I want to be loved and accepted as a person. And to me, that's very important, because I struggled so much in my life, and I don't want to have to deal with that struggle all throughout. I don't want to die feeling unfulfilled as a person. I want to live my life and be happy, and to come to terms with it and do a positive thing with it. And if this means that I'm going to transition to become female, I think it's a good thing, because I will come to the need to express who I am, and it will become a reality, and I can open up and talk about it. And I would love to be able to keep everything the way it is with my family and work, and find acceptance. To me, just being true to me, to be able to dress and feel good about myself the way I always felt I should, and to gain acceptance, and to have it be positive, I think it would be a great thing. And I could make positive change and document it and express it. And I think that's what the importance of this is all about.